and
I'm
it's
not gonna
not even
lie. The
close.
last time we played together, there were some ones I was like, that was impressive. Like,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
when you miss, it's not a miss. It's like,
It's
wow.
yeah.
One, two, three, four.
Hello, all. A quick interruption to make note of our 2 discount codes from our awesome sponsors so you guys can go get you some good gear at a discounted price. The first one is for Hook and Gaff. You can use the discount code LOVEGOLF15, all one word, and the number 15 is just the digits. That'll get you 15% off of your order. And then for Cricket shirts, you can go and use For Love of 19. That's FORE. And then again, the digits for 1919. Hope you enjoy. Go get you some cool stuff. That'll help them know that we sent you. And we hope you enjoy the goodies. Thanks, everybody. If you're someone who knows it's time to put the phone down and be present with your family or in the outdoors, this one's for you. Whether your escape is the golf course, the water, or the field, Hook and Gaff Watch Company makes watches built for time that actually matters. Assembled right here in the Carolinas, Hook and Gaff watches feature scratch-resistant sapphire crystal, lightweight titanium, and rugged designs made to handle real adventure without sacrificing style, because performance should look good too. Strap on a Hook and Gaff watch and get back to what matters most. Hook and Gaff Watch Company. Time well spent. Folks, we're back. The four-way stoplight is here, top to bottom. We made it again. I said I was going to stop saying that because this is our new thing. So that's the last time. Welcome back, Ryan, from I swear it looks like Florida. I know that's your home course, but it just looks like a Florida golf course to me.
Yeah, Southeast Virginia.
It is
Southeast Virginia.
it is coastal, so that's about the thing it has in common
That's
with
That's
yeah,
us.
true.
that's it's
That's
near Florida if you go down the coast a long way.
it's
Exactly.
that's the Florida of the Commonwealth.
Sure.
Exactly.
QB Brown
What's up, gents?
set up
How's it
this whole
going?
episode. Thank
Yeah.
you for doing that. Welcome back.
Yeah.
And the mouth of the South, Justin Fabling. He doesn't even respond.
Who
Nice.
was the mouth of the South? It was a basketball guy like back in the day. What was his nickname? Because that is legitimately a person. It wasn't Carolina
I'm gonna
basketball, but
assume
somebody
Mouth of
like
the
that.
South was his nickname.
Yeah, yeah, that's what. Yes, that's what I meant.
Um, let's see.
Look it up. Let's see
The
what
Google
Google has to say.
machine tells me, well, Jimmy Hart, famously nicknamed the Mouth of the South, is a
Oh
legendary
yeah,
professional
no,
wrestling manager. Yeah,
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 yeah.
he looks kind of like Macho Man, but it's not him.
I do remember him from WWE days. That's not who I was thinking of, but yes, Bill Curry is who I was thinking of through the
Okay,
Tar
Bill Curry.
Heels.
Okay.
Yes, that's who I was thinking of. I've heard that on Parker, one of our favorite podcasts, the Carolina Insider or whatever.
Yeah, shout out Jones and Adam. Maybe we
Exactly.
get Jones on the podcast.
He's
He's
a
a
big
golfer.
golfer. Yeah,
I know.
he's a great ad reader. It's incredible for
He
finding.
might be on our Pod Rushmore.
Yeah, exactly. That's right.
So it is nice to welcome everybody back. You guys look amazing. Fabling, especially. That shirt really hits.
I really
Does
feel like you guys are planning this.
It's pretty unbelievable that we have not planned it.
not
And
not even if we tried.
I think I'm really surprised that we picked so many of the same things. I would not, if I was going to pick the same as anybody, I would have figured Hunter and I probably would have picked the most similar items.
Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah, yeah.
But
Is that like continuing with the backhanded compliments? I can't.
I'm really surprised Justin has style. I just wasn't really.
That's
No,
right.
you look fabulous. Speaking of cricket, boys and girls, people of all ages, we have our discount code. Okay? So you can go to Cricket Shirts and you can type in for love of 19. Okay? That is four with an E. 19th hole. Everybody experiences their own version of the 19th hole after they play. I'm an Arnold Palmer guy. I've actually got some diet Arnold Palmer at the house trying to knock the sugar out. But For Love of 19 will get you 19% off of cricket apparel, which is a good deal. Listen, there's only two of us on here that have an MBA. I am not one of them, but 19 is almost double of 10%. So really take advantage of that. Masters is coming up. The match play major, that's going to be coming up soon. Get your gear. You're going to need to show up to Augusta in a green. What is it, Justin? The court jacket? Is that what we had? The court something.
That may be next episode. We'll pull that back out.
Yeah, that's the Masters jacket. You can get your stuff for Aronimink. Shinnecock. We get into some Shinnecock, get some red, white, and blue on there. We get into that in the episode. Um, but yeah, I mean, obviously, not to let the cat out of the bag here, but we got a new shipment heading our way, fellas.
That's right. Yeah.
Soon.
Maybe the two of you can wear something unique for
I'm pretty
once.
pumped. Maybe Justin and I will get some different clothing. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll get the same.
I
I
was gonna
don't
say
know.
you should have pre-planned it a little bit. Like, hey, can we maybe
If you
switch it
don't
up a little
mind,
bit?
can you just throw a uniform in there for everybody? We'll all wear the same thing.
Exactly.
That's right.
So, really excited about that. Well, obviously, we will debut and model that here before too long. Boys, we had our first week of one and done last week. Which means that this is the second week. But let's go back to the first week.
Is that MBA
And-
working again?
Yeah, again, like I don't have one, but it's hard to believe because this math is spot on.
So
And we're getting
remind us of the picks because I remember mine, but I don't remember any else.
okay. Yeah, I'll remember. Yeah, Hunter, you probably don't remember yours because he was such a small name.
It's true.
Hunter just totally
Wait,
threw
what was his
Keegan
name?
under the bus
Keegan?
last year.
Yeah,
He's
oh
like,
yeah. That's
I'm
what
gonna
it
go
was.
with a guy that's not really that well known. Oh yeah, he just led the Ryder Cup team last year. Oh my gosh, I'm having technical difficulties. Give me a second here. I know you had Keegan Bradley, and I know he finished. I believe this is reading
20 something,
T29.
29.
T29. However, elevated event, whatever,
Mhm.
signature event, I don't know, whatever you call them now, signature
Yeah.
events. He made a cool $125,200.
All right,
Pretty good for a T29.
not bad.
Justin Fabling, no, we'll get to you later.
Mm.
Next, Nick Taylor
Yep.
for Ryan,
was
T24.
Yeah. Yeah. Solid.
A top
Not great.
25 finish, but
Solid,
hey,
not great.
it's a one and done.
You know?
Nick Taylor got you a top 25, 162 grand.
Okay.
All right, if
All
we
right.
were only getting 10% of that, that would be nice.
How about 19%? You know what that would be?
Hey, For Love of 19. I'm not really sure what that would be. I didn't finish the NBA. I'm sure Ryan and Justin could tell us.
Probably yes.
Then we jump up to the big guns, the guys that actually know what they're talking about. Rio Hisatsune. Listen, TA.
Hey, that was really good there, by the
Yeah.
way. You've been
TA.
working on that?
Thank
That was
you.
Beautiful pronunciation.
Rio Hisatsune. Well, the
Yeah.
man finishes top 10 every week. You're going to learn. $515,000.
Ouch.
Oof.
Again, that's over half a milli. Okay.
Ouch.
That is more than 50% of $1 million.
Hmm.
And your clubhouse leader, and being that you won the week, you have to give a winner speech. Tommy Fleetwood, T4, goes to Justin Fabling with $877,500. Justin, what do you have to say for yourself?
I mean, it's a good start. It's a long season though. I don't feel great that I burned Tommy. But it was a good week.
Well, technically, he's only won once on the PGA Tour, right? So maybe if history holds true, that was an okay pick. I don't know, an elevated event, top 5, and we were giving you a little bit of crap for picking him because that first round he was, I don't know, 15th or something like that. So
Yeah, that was.
pretty solid.
I got to give Fabling the A plus there for that pick. I think we all went a little higher on the leaderboard than Justin did, if I remember correctly, like what Hunter's saying. So, congratulations, Justin. You can never pick him again, at least not this year. So, let's get in.
It's a little bit of redemption after what
He just
happened
won't stop talking
week
now.
zero.
He wins 1 week and he just won't stop talking. Go ahead.
Well, after my week 0 pick, That was
Yeah, here we go
it's
again.
a little it was a little bit of redemption.
Week 0. That's how much it counts for. Absolutely zero. Fabling. And then what did you tell me? You were about to pick let's see, who won last week? I can't even remember now.
Morikawa.
Yeah, Morikawa. That was like you were on the fence of picking Morikawa or something. Is that correct?
No, I almost took Ricky.
Oh, that's what it was. Ricky. Yeah. I was pulling for Ricky. I like Ricky. Okay, boys, we're in the Genesis Invitational. Now, we're all at a little bit of a disadvantage, but at least we're at the disadvantage together because the round didn't get finished. So, round 1 is suspended. We don't get a full round's worth of play, but it's all fair because we all get that. So, let's go. We'll go first to worst, and it doesn't matter because you can pick the same people. But Fabling, you have the honor. Don't get used to it. Who's your choice after the beginning of round 1 for the Genesis Invitational?
Yeah, this one is tricky because you got people in different places, but I'm going to go with Siwoo.
Mm.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick. He was in my mind as well.
It's another guy
He's
who hasn't finished his first round, so we'll see if it gets better
yep.
or worse.
He's 3 under through 11. He's been playing
Yeah.
solid this year. That's a good pick. All right. I guess that puts me up next. And I don't really know where to go with this. Just a little insight into my brain. Aaron Rye, obviously the leader, 6 under through 16, off to a nice start.
Bold choice. Bold
It's
choice.
kind of nice to pick the leader, though, if it's a guy that maybe doesn't win a ton because you can get some good value, right? You might not pick him the rest of the year. Might as well pick him when he's playing well. I'm not sure that's where I'm going yet. Jacob Bridgman played well last week. He's on a heater, 5 under and finished. I also looked at Akshay, Max
Mm.
Grazerman. I'm not really going super far down the list though, like failing. I just don't have that in me
You don't have
to
that
go.
foresight.
I don't think I have that foresight or the guts to do that. I mean, I think the furthest I would go would be the T12s, which is like Maverick McNeely,
I don't have the
California
patience for you
guy.
to read all these names. Just pick one.
I am going to lock in. Oh shoot, I'll take him. Aaron Rye.
Okay.
I'm taking the leader.
All
I mean, you
right.
can't go wrong with that, can you?
I guess we'll see. I will just take the heater, Jacob Bridgman. I wasn't quite sure based on last week's finish. That last hole was hard to watch, but I was really impressed with how he handled that situation. Everybody was just kind of waiting for him to get out of the way for Morikawa, and really struggled there with that shot off the rocks or sand or whatever it was, and guy went all the way back to the fairway, took a drop, and hit a phenomenal shot in that wind to 4 feet or whatever it was, and made a great bogey. I mean, by all accounts, while everyone was just kind of waiting for him to get out of the way. So I like that mental toughness that he showed there. Clearly, he's still playing well after the first day today, and I'll go with him and see if he can finish another top five, hopefully at least.
Just to interject real quick, I when I was watching Pebble Beach last week, I really thought that let's see, who was it that it happened to Bridgman too, but it was like the round before when the ball kept moving on 18 green. And it
I
took,
didn't see
oh
that.
my gosh, I really thought he was having, it was almost like a breakdown. Like he could not, like the ball just kept wiggling. But then once you saw what was happening, like it would be super unnerving. Oh, it was
Yeah.
Minwoo. It was Minwoo Lee. The ball, like he could not hit the putt. I don't know how long. I bet you it was 10 minutes, close to it. The ball just kept wiggling and it moved and he'd have to move it back. And then it would start wiggling when he's getting ready to take it back and he would back off. And then it just kept happening. And just what brutal conditions that was at one point there on 18th green, super exposed. All right, now that I've iced Hunter,
Yeah, you have. I'm gonna go a little. I really want to take Rory sitting right there, but I guess that's one you got to save. So I'm gonna take Pearson Cootie.
okay,
Playing
okay.
solid. He hits the ball really well with the weather. I think that's important. he can just get a little bit hot on the short game, I think he's gonna have a good week. So that's what I'm gonna take.
Pearson Cootie,
Yeah.
grandson of Masters champion.
Chris Como student too. So
Is he?
I like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody going with Scotty Scheffler spot in the field again for 3 weeks in a row, huh?
The thing is, like, he's gonna shoot like 64 tomorrow
He
and
No, what's going to happen is
66.
he's only done with 10 holes. He's going to wake up in the morning and birdie the first five and get back to even. And
Would that not
then
just mean
and then he's going to finish the last three rounds and finish in the top five like he did the last 2 weeks. The guys, I don't know what's going on in his first rounds. Never seen him start three tournaments in a row this relatively bad, but his final three rounds have been off the charts.
it's unbelievable. It's super impressive. Like it's so impressive to finish top five from where he's been and spotting the field. Exactly. Is kind of what he's doing. It's pretty amazing. Okay, so the picks are locked in.
Yep.
Failing, you don't, do you want to throw out like any other names you were thinking about in case they win?
Uh,
I'll save it.
Okay,
yeah.
save it for next week so you can know
Hindsight,
who won.
hindsight's 2020 is
Yeah, when
right.
you can actually see who won and be like, "Yep, that was my second choice."
Who's
Yeah.
got the spreadsheet tracking all these picks so they don't pick them again?
This guy,
All
this
right.
guy.
As
I'm
long
not
as
sure I
it's
trust you with the spreadsheets, if I'm being honest.
I have I not displayed my math I, IQ and acumen so far on this
yes,
I'm
that's what
pretty
scares
episode?
us.
sure there's some better people on this podcast at spreadsheets than you or I. And I'm
You
actually
th
half decent at them for a golf pro, but I'm
you
pretty
think
sure
these guys know spreadsheets?
Uh,
maybe it's a possibility that they know some.
Ryan's a real estate mogul, and Justin's like a
yeah.
part-time like golfer. I think he just goes around and plays all these really nice golf courses and acts like he works.
He's gonna join the cocktail tour soon for sure.
Yeah, Fabling's gonna get that mid-am stuff going here before too long. He's like, sorry guys, I can't record this week. I'm at the Coleman down at Seminole. That's Seminole Golf Club in Juno Beach, just in case you didn't know.
Uh, uh,
Okay, well, we made it to another week. Hunter, tell us a little bit about this episode that we've got this week.
yeah, super cool episode. As you'll hear, just a really cool, unique story. Something that I've gotten to know over the past couple of years from where I work, which is UVA's home course called Birdwood, and he was a student member there and on the club team, and worked his way onto the varsity team. His name's Paul Chang, and I think everybody's going to really enjoy not only his story but like his mindset and just kind of the way that he thinks about things. And it's pretty cool insight into someone that's kind of made himself who he is, which is pretty cool. Like he is by all means an outlier, but I think the cool perspective that he has on it is that anybody can be that outlier, and that's pretty cool. So yeah, I think everybody will enjoy it. I definitely enjoyed it. I thought it was one of my favorite episodes, even though I kind of knew that it was going to be what it was going to be about. It was very cool for sure.
I want to hang out with Paul.
Yeah, and he can golf his ball. Like he said in there, he can't hit it 360. It's not far off of 360. Like, it's a
Well,
long way, by
it's
the
the
way.
top 40 in the world. So I
Yeah,
mean, just top 40 ranked amateur in the world. So
yeah.
pretty impressive.
He's a ball striking machine, that is for sure. I mean, it is one of those like sounds that you just hear and you're like, yep, that's a little different than something that I've ever done to a golf ball or ever could do to a golf ball.
Now listen, I'm not joking when I say this. Fabling has a little bit of that.
Yeah, yeah, seriously, yeah.
Fabling is gonna laugh about that, but he really does. Like, if anybody has, if you ever see his golf swing on here, it's aesthetically pleasing
Mhm.
and very long and just sounds great. So for all the crap that we give you, Fabling, there's that for what it's
Just
worth.
just don't look at the facial expressions that impact. Otherwise, it looks great.
For what it's worth, when I hit a golf ball, people have said the same thing. I have never been able to do that with a golf ball either. It's just in a
Yeah,
little different context.
that's
I have
true.
seen Ryan abs literally destroy things before with a golf ball. But talk about club head speed. Now, I mean, if we're throwing out flowers, we'll give Ryan his flowers too. The man's got some speed. He doesn't
I
need to stack.
I think I hold the record for the most open club face at impact with a driver ever. and
I'm not
it's
gonna
not even
lie. The
close.
last time we played together, there were some ones I was like, that was impressive. Like,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
when you miss, it's not a miss. It's like,
It's
wow.
yeah.
Like
You
it's awesome though. Like I'm being serious. Like it's like I could never like legitimately like you're saying, like I could never hit a golf ball like that, like that. It's really cool. It
Yeah,
is
the
quite
most interesting
impressive.
thing is that I'm trying to hit it straight. I'm trying to have a square club face, and it's just so far off. It's interesting, but
Just to piggyback on what we were saying, Paul is ranked 36th in the world.
That's
So
pretty good. Yeah, I think I saw PJ Tour U is 19th or
hmm.
something, 18th, somewhere in that range.
Yep.
that's
Um, which I am still confused on all of those rankings. I can't imagine, and he kind of speaks to it in the episode, like being a player and being in it, like the anxiety that could potentially bring on. It's not something that I really considered or thought about, and it was cool perspective to hear, like because it's confusing a little bit in the first place of how exactly it works and how many spots go and where you go and all that stuff. So, um, but yeah, it's also, I mean, like it's obviously a positive thing having a route to the PGA Tour immediately, but it's an interesting kind of unintended consequence that he talks about where it can affect people negatively too.
just for also a little bit of perspective. Like Paul's ranked 36th. The equivalent of 36 on the PJ Tour is Matt McCarty, but you go up like Jason Day's 34.
Mm-hmm.
Shane Lowry's 29. Sam Burns is 27. So I mean, like, that's the kind of company that he's keeping in college golf, and that's pretty dang impressive. So, Hunter, well done, well done. This was a great episode.
Yeah, absolutely. My pleasure. They won't always be that good if I get new other guests.
It's gonna be tough to live up to
It'll be
Paul's
tough to live up
standard.
to that one. That's
It
right.
is gonna be tough. So, everyone, we hope you enjoy it. Don't forget, go out, cricket for love of 19, FORE. It doesn't matter if you capitalize it or don't capitalize it. You'll get that 19% off. Use that code, go buy some stuff, get some of this awesome cricket gear, and go out, shoot some good scores. And boys, we will see you next week. Interesting episode we got next week as it relates to this week's episode a little bit. There's a little bit of tie-in between
Yeah.
next week's episode
Yeah.
and this week's episode. So we'll get to that next week. But until then, everyone, stay warm, make birdies, and boys, we'll talk next week.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
See you
Yeah.
guys.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of For Love of Golf. I am one of your hosts, Hunter, and we got the whole crew back together again tonight for another episode. How's it going, gents? Good to have everyone here.
Be
Glad to
here.
be here. Phelan, you
Um,
look striking this evening.
yeah, you guys matching again. Great
Like
minds think alike kind of thing.
like looking in a mirror.
Yep.
Pretty much. Slightly different sizes on both of you,
Hear
I do
that.
believe.
Yeah.
The shirts, but looking good in the cricket gear, that's for sure. So tonight I'm particularly excited about this episode because we have a great guest, somebody that I've gotten to know over the past few years since I moved up here, and whose story I think is probably one of the more unique ones in college golf. So tonight our guest is a member of the University of Virginia men's golf team, currently number one team in the nation, by the way. And it's Paul Chang. Paul, what's up, man? Welcome to the show, and thanks for being here.
How's it going? Thanks for having me. This is fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks,
Appreciate it.
Paul. We don't get, we got four losers that host the podcast. So it's kind of nice to have a winner on. So thanks for joining.
I'm sure you guys are not losers.
Yeah, it's a matter of perspective, right? If you're a golfer, you're always a loser at some point. So
I don't know.
so you gotta
UVA
get used
doesn't
to it.
lose very much in golf.
They do not apparently this year is right. We'll maybe get into that for sure. But Paul, give everybody a little bit. We kind of like to start the show out, like give everybody a little bit of background. Where'd you grow up, and kind of everything leading up to UVA. We'll get into that stuff too for sure. But just kind of give us the rundown.
Yeah, sure. I grew up in a town called Tianjin in China. Spent 14 years in China, and then went to school in England for 5 years. Started playing golf when I was 9. So I played a little in China and a little in England. And then when COVID hit, I decided to take a gap year before I come to UVA. And during the gap year, I decided to, pursue golf because
Yeah.
I had nothing to do all day. I was just living on a golf course. So, and I was getting better, and I thought I might as well look into college golf because I never, thought about it.
Yeah.
And I was getting better and better, and I thought I had a chance of playing. So I emailed the coach, Coach Sargent. He said there is no spot on the team. And in the first 2 years in college, I was on the club team.
Yeah. Yeah.
Played for them. Went to national championships. Never won one. Finished second twice. And then I finally qualified for the USAM, and coach finally gave me a spot on the team. And since then, I've been enjoying life.
Yeah. So taking us back a little bit, something you told me one time that's interesting and like something that I'm not super familiar with. Like, how big is golf in China?
Not very big.
Yeah.
Especially back in the day. I don't know how much it's grown in the past few years because I haven't been back. But it's not that big. I think I saw somewhere that there's more courses in Virginia than the whole.
That's insane.
Yeah. That's
Isn't-
wild. That is wild.
Hey, Paul, can you tell
Yeah.
us a little bit about like why you moved to England and where you were in England and kind of where you were playing golf?
Sure. Well, I went to England when I was 14 because I was struggling in the Chinese middle school that I was in. So I did pretty well in school, in primary school, and then I got into one of the best middle schools in my city, and that was just high pressure environment. I mean, I was living on 6 hours of sleep every day,
Wow.
and I got
In middle school.
Oh yeah, in middle school. Yeah, I mean, I had homework maybe 4 or 5 hours a day.
Oh my
It was
gosh.
wild. And then got to get up at 6 to go to class, and then I probably sleeping at midnight. So like I was really struggling. I was really struggling. I was not the best student in my class, although I was, good before that. So that was a shock too. I was a bottom few in the class. And so the teachers were giving me a little tough time. They were talking to my parents. And I got really sick after one semester because I was just under so much stress. So my dad said, it's time to go west. So we decided on England in a boarding school. They thought that's a safe place for me to go. It's a small town outside of Leicester, which is 2 hours north of London. And so I thought it was a good school. It's a pretty international school. I can get a good education there, and it's very safe in a boarding school environment.
Did you learn English when you moved there, or did you already speak English at that point?
I spoke some, not
Yeah.
very well. At least I could understand most.
Mm.
So that helped a lot.
Yeah.
But my English got a lot better, pretty quickly because I was in a boarding school. I had to speak English to everybody.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Where'd you play golf when you were there?
I mean, there was a local course that our golf team took us to. We didn't play much. We probably had 2 2-hour practices each week. So it's not that serious,
Okay.
Maybe there's 2 matches every semester against other schools, and then by the end of the year there's a national championship. That's not too serious either. But it was really fun to travel in high school teams. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So if golf really isn't that big in China, what influenced you to play while you were still there? Was it a family member, or was it just you were bored one day and thought you'd give it a try?
I mean, it was, yeah, it's really by chance. So my next door neighbor, who our family get on really well with, he is one of the maybe 3 coaches in the whole city.
Wow.
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 And he had a son who is my age. I think he's 1 year younger than me. And we were pretty close back then. And so he took me out on the golf course, and his dad taught me a little. And then I discovered I get better pretty quickly. I I remember, like my dad told me the first time I went there, I was just draining 4 footers. Like, but yeah. So I developed an interest in it, and my dad said, yeah, like if you're serious with this, let's get you some lessons and play it seriously. So ever since then, like my dad got me to play very seriously, not like some casual rounds, but most rounds are serious. I want to post a score, I want to get better. So that's how I've gotten here, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like obviously education was really, really important. It sounds like you didn't have much time while you were in China for anything other than school. How did you manage to balance any golf with that
Yeah.
rigorous
So,
school schedule?
so I thank my parents a lot on this. They valued a all-rounded education for me, not just school, school, school. So they still took me out on the golf course twice a week,
Okay.
Mm.
um, sometimes 3 times, because that they want me to see green too. They don't want my you know, so and keep my body in shape and all that. So
That's
I
great.
and they got in trouble with the teachers, but they just said, "Hey, is our kid."
That's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
That is good.
So how did UVA come into the picture? And was the plan to always play college golf, or did that come into the picture later?
It came in the picture during my gap year. I wasn't too familiar with college sports in the States. But my parents always thought I should go to the U.S. for college. That's where you go to college. That's where you learn the most about life and how the world works. Um, and and I think that's true from my experience. I can learn whatever I want. I can pick whatever class that looks interesting, and all kinds of people here too. So I definitely learned a lot in UVA. And I was looking at all the universities. I went to the West Coast a couple times. I say I prefer East Coast. So I applied to more East Coast schools and earned a decision to UVA and got in. So I was happy about that.
Mm.
Well, clearly things picked up from middle school because UVA is a really hard school to get into. So
Yeah,
that's obviously just an accomplishment to get in there. Um, and then obviously going to grad school like you are now. I mean, that's your Hunter told me that your story was really cool, but like just learning even more about it, it's really neat. So
thank you.
um, I know there's a cool background about like how you actually got on the team at UVA. So can you tell us a little bit more about that journey? Because like you said, when you first reached out to Coach
Mhm.
Sargent, he was like, "No, we don't have any spots." So were you already here at that point?
Yeah,
So yeah, can you kind of give us that timeline and then the progression of how you got on the team?
sure. So as I said, like I applied to college just academically. I landed at UVA. I mean, they gave me an offer and I took it, and I was looking forward to school here. And then obviously gap year happened, and I was playing more golf. I wanted to play college, and that's when I emailed coach, and he said, "Well, we're a pretty good team. You have no you have no junior record at all. You don't have a world ranking. You haven't played anything that they know." So he wanted me to keep working. He was pretty encouraging. And in my first, second year, I played the VSGA stuff, and had some decent results. So every time I post a good score, I'll send him another email, and he would always say, "Keep working. There's no spot." Until the second summer, so I had enough. I wanted to play D1 golf. So I reached out to him, say, "Hey, if you don't have a spot for me, do you think I should transfer to go somewhere else?" And he reached out to a few coaches for me, and Maryland actually gave me a spot. So Coach Phillips actually came down to Charlottesville to watch me play in the U.S. Open local qualifier at Keswick. And yeah, after he watched me play for a whole round, he just gave me an offer, and I was happy.
I bet so.
So and then, so the summer went on, and I qualified for USAM, and Coach Sargent said, well, they were looking at two transfers, and they were looking for a transfer, and the two people they were looking at both committed to different schools, to other schools. So this spot opened up, and also by chance they were watching someone in my group on the second round for the qualifying for USAM. That guy is a junior. His name is Logan Riley. He plays for Auburn now. Yeah, and he didn't go through, and I went through. And by chance, they watched my whole round, and they said, "Oh, I'm pretty good." So they gave me an offer the next day because they had a spot and they thought I'm team worthy.
Yeah, that's cool.
I
No,
bet that felt good.
yeah, I bet that felt
Oh,
really, really good. Is right. And
yeah,
I kind of want to give my perspective a little bit. So like this would have been like, I don't know, 2021 maybe. And I remember coming back to the office and Robbie was coming back like 5 minutes later, and both of us looked at each other, were like, who is that hitting on the range? I've never seen that person because they're really good. And we didn't know how good you were by any means, but we are like, dang, that person's really good. And then you started taking a little bit of help from Robbie and started to get to know
yeah,
you and all this. And like, I mean, just watching you from the beginning, I was like, he's definitely good enough to play college golf. That is for darn sure. I had no idea you were going to be this good. That's for sure. Like that rise has gone even further than I probably could have imagined. But like there was no doubt, just like watching you hit a couple shots, like yeah, that's pretty good. That's for sure. So that summer after you qualified for the USAM, you go to the USAM, Cherry Hills. I mean, kind of like as a golf fan, it was one of the coolest moments of my golf fandom, like watching you during that because you had incredible success in it, ended up making it to the round of 16. But kind of take us through a little bit of that experience. Like,
yeah,
what were you feeling like? Because
yeah,
that was definitely the biggest tournament you had ever played in.
sure.
And then maybe take us through a little bit of the matches, like the match against Caleb Surratt. I mean, going out there and beating arguably the top amateur in the world at the time, like that's pretty cool. That's pretty wild. So just take us through that a little bit.
So I landed in Denver, and first thing I did, I went to the clubhouse because they had a dinner for us.
Yeah.
It's a good start. It's
Yeah.
a good start.
Yeah, it's a players' dinner. So I walk in, the first guy I see, Gordon Sargent. I mean, like I've seen this guy on TV. I know he's number one am, playing the Masters. So I'm playing with some tough competition here. But I mean, I settled myself. It was a pretty big shock, honestly. Like
Mm.
people I've seen on TV or eating two tables down. But I had two practice round days to calm myself down, and told myself if I just shoot a score, just play my game, I'll be hard to beat.
Yeah.
So I did that. Got through to match play, so I was really happy that I was playing matches. And yeah, and I did not know who people were. I maybe
Yeah.
like four or five names
Yeah.
in the whole field. So I told myself, like, whoever comes my way, I'm playing my golf. I'm playing my best golf and see how I stack up. And fortunately, I beat Caden Fioroni, who I became good friends with in college.
Mm.
He's a great player. I think he's on PGA Americas now, doing well. And second round met Caleb. Knew his name before, reigning SEC champion. And I mean, I was in top of the world, honestly. Like I was happy with how far I've gone, and
Mm.
but I was just taking one shot at a time and told myself to, if I hit one more good shot, make one more putt, see how far I can go.
Yeah. It was it. I mean, did it kind of feel like once you made it to, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but once you made it to match play, was it just kind of like, man, it's gravy. Like I got nothing to
No,
lose. Like I'm
no,
here. Like,
yeah,
and then what match was it where So you hit the flag stick and
Yeah,
remind me of the sequence of events if I'm wrong.
yeah,
And it came back off the green, rolled back
yeah,
25 yards off the green. First of all, one of the best putts I've ever seen from off the green to get up and down.
yeah.
And then the next hole, what happened? I think it was the next hole, right?
It was, yeah. So yeah, that was in the round of 16 against J.M. Butler.
Hmm.
He just got his Corn Ferry card. So on the 15th hole, we were all tied. I hit the flag stick, and then it rolled all the way back down the green. I made up and down there to tie the hole, and then the next hole, one bounced in my approach, and yeah, and that concluded that hole.
Yeah.
And then I went to 17. I was one up, and then he hit it to a foot, so we were all square. And on 18, it was so dark, and we were so pumped that our adrenalines were crazy high, both of us. I mean, I couldn't believe how far my hybrid went. It went over the hill, like 10 yards short of the water.
And it
It,
was super firm that week too, right? Like
it
the ball
was
was
super
bouncing. Yeah,
firm.
yeah, yeah.
It could be the firmest time of the week.
Mhm.
And I mean, I didn't expect that. I was just trying to hit on top of the hill. If I really wanted to be aggressive, I would have pulled 3 wood.
Mm.
And he pulled 3 wood. And it went straight through the fairway. That thing just landed and took off like a rocket. But we didn't know. I mean, didn't know his ball was in the water. So we went up there, and I found out his ball was in the water. So he took a drop and hit it to 4 feet. And I made my par, so all tied, and then I lost in the playoff the next day. Hit a
Yeah.
drive
Yeah.
right.
And I don't mean to skip over like other cool moments either, because you made a 30 footer on the last hole to take it to extra holes against Caleb, right? Too. I mean, if I
Yeah,
remember correctly, yeah. So like
yeah,
so many cool moments from that
yeah,
tournament, and definitely the loudest I've ever screamed in golf when your shot went in the hole for sure.
yeah.
That was cool.
That was a good putt. I mean,
Yeah.
I hammered that putt too. That putt was 5 feet by at least.
Yeah, nice, nice. Didn't matter. It went in the center.
Yeah, it went in.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
was right in front of the whole clubhouse, and then as we walked down to playoff, I mean, you could see like half the clubhouse just came down. So that was sick.
Yeah, that's cool.
So not long after that, I think you officially joined the team and had your first collegiate event in San Antonio. Is that right?
That's correct. Yeah.
And then I think Hunter said you played pretty well. I think finished top 10.
Yeah.
What was that first college tournament like? Were you nervous even though you had just been in a big tournament already, or was it not as bad and you had kind of settled into your college golf,
Yeah.
persona by then?
I was very excited. That's the course I watched on tour.
Yeah.
So for that to be a college debut was a treat, and we were in such a nice resort too, and it was just awesome. And I was so excited to test my game against college athletes, and again I played my game. I didn't know who people were, and played well. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I guess it could be an advantage sometimes to not
yeah,
know who anybody is. You can just
for
stay
sure,
within yourself and not worrying about anybody else.
for sure. Yeah. Um, I was on the other side of it, in my first spring, because I had
Right.
a good fall, and then off season I tinkered with my game, trying to get better, and kind of started looking at how other people play the game,
Mhm.
and kind of moved away from the original Paul Chang. You know, yeah, and I tested all kinds of stuff that didn't work. I mean, for a period I couldn't break par,
Mhm.
and I missed out on postseason. It was very painful, and yeah, I slowly grinding my way out of that during postseason when I watched my team go play nationals. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it's tempting. Obviously, you always want to get better, and so you feel like you have to change something to get better,
yeah,
but then that can have the opposite effect sometimes too. And yeah, grinding out of that is not fun. But
it's fun.
It's been nice to see you be able to have success after that.
Thank you. Yeah, I figured out a lot. Like I went in so much detail that I went down so many rabbit holes that were just not worth going.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's a little bit, I mean, from knowing you, Paul, too, like, it's a little bit of a double-edged sword. Like, that also makes you successful, like, willing to try things, not saying that you always have to, like, get it right. Like,
Yeah,
and I think you're okay with that in some regards, too. Like,
yeah,
you understand that it's a process and, like, there may be bumps and turns down the road that you go
yeah,
down the wrong path, but, like,
yeah,
it's all in search of like getting better. And
yeah,
so I think it works both ways. Like, yeah, sometimes it can
yeah,
maybe go the wrong way, but
yeah,
I think over a long arcing period of time, like, you're probably going to figure it out because of
yeah.
that, like, want to kind of stuff. So
I would hope so.
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
exactly. Yeah.
have,
Yeah.
um,
So for sure.
um, yeah. But if you go down a path, it's highly likely that is the wrong path. Like after you try 10 paths, maybe you'll come across one that works.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
All right, I've got two questions. Like clearly you have a really strong work ethic. I think we were just kind of talking about that. And I think what sticks out to me even more is like this like no quit factor. Like I don't think there are very many people that would like if their goal, their number one goal was to play college golf, I don't think there's very many people that would stick it out as long as you did at like, like your dream school when the coach is telling you, I don't really have a spot or you don't have the experience. Like I think there's a lot of people that probably would have just jumped on that offer from Maryland and probably wouldn't have even made it that far, right? Like they would have transferred out after, the first semester or two and found a smaller place where they can play. So like what what do you think it is that makes you so like that takes a lot of grit and toughness to like be able to say no, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do it here. And so what do you attribute that to? Like where does that come from? Is that like a
Yeah.
like were you raised to be like super mentally tough? Or is that just like a natural thing that comes to you?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I did jump on the offer from Maryland. I would,
Hey, that's D1 college golf. That's very
yeah.
understandable.
I
That
mean
was
that
probably smart.
club. But yeah, I think I again I thank my parents a lot for that. They've always encouraged me. They always, from as long as I can remember, they told me I can do everything I want to do if I set my mind to it. And yeah, and I mean, my dad's always supported me through tougher times in my life, and I always dug through. So I always thought there's always a way to dig through, and
Yeah.
yeah. Until this day, I really believe that like a lot of people can make it on tour. It's just who outlasts the others.
Yep. Yeah, I think there's a ton of people, like you said, that can make it. It's playing well at the right time.
Yeah,
And and that leads me right into this next thing. 'Cause, you said after you missed out on some postseason stuff, right? But then the next year, obviously, sticking with it,
yeah,
digging it out. I think you finished second on the team in scoring average that year, four top tens maybe individually, and one regionals. Wire
yeah.
to wire. We
Sorry.
wire to wire regional champion. Did you lead after every round?
Oh, I
That's tough. I mean, that's tough in
that
anything,
round,
right?
that whole tournament was so cut up. The first day we played 7 holes, the next day we played 20 something. So like
Well,
I have no idea where I stood, but I was pretty sure I was leading after. Yeah, I think after first round.
our stats
Yeah.
team says that you led wire to wire, so we're gonna go with that.
Okay, that's
Our
good. It's
stats team will give
I
it
was
to you.
only by two.
Yeah.
At the most, I was leading, so I don't know.
Okay. Well, we're just gonna pretend that you did, even if you didn't. So, I mean, obviously huge. Like to win regionals is massive, right? And
Yeah,
then You go on to finish seventh at nationals, I believe, right? So tell us a little bit about like that stretch. You said it was crazy.
Mhm.
So what do you remember about that? Like, and how was that a different experience from, your regular season events that you had played in that before that? Because you hadn't played in the postseason yet. So
Yeah.
to be so successful your first time in the postseason, like that just doesn't really happen very often, right? So like clearly there's something there that you do well that a lot of people do not do well. So tell us what that was like.
Yeah, it was definitely special to be in postseason. The whole atmosphere changes. The whole like you can sense it in the bus, with the team that this is different. Started with ACC, so I didn't play well in stroke play, and then match play comes around. I thank God I had great teammates to carry me through stroke play, which they actually won it. Uh, I didn't do a single part, but match play came around. I have to win my matches, and that's the match play portion of ACC's really prepped me for the remainder of the postseason. And yeah, I kind of found my putter during the between the stroke play and the match play days. I worked really hard on that green with Coach Sargent that one day, and yeah, I got a lot better at putting, and I was rolling on a high too. I was hitting the ball really well. I thought if I just could putt a little better, it would have been great. So went into regionals with full confidence. Thought I had all cylinders firing, and I had so much confidence. And yeah, I just played really solid that whole week.
I mean,
Didn't
the what wasn't the remind me if I'm wrong, but wasn't the weather crazy? Like the wind
oh,
blowing and like snow and like it was wild, right?
it was so wild.
Yeah,
There is no short side if you're into the wind.
yeah.
That's what you're playing for. You stop looking at where the pin is. You start looking at where the wind is.
Mm.
Yeah. I think at one point it was like peak 70 miles per hour.
Jeez.
I mean, it was like you have to put your back down. Like
Yeah, yeah.
That
I
is,
can
that is
understand.
wind
That's
right there.
crazy. Yeah.
That's wind.
yeah. So they stopped play the first day after 7 holes because balls were rolling on the green.
Mm.
So couldn't play anymore. And then the next day it snowed. And the next morning we turn up, it snowed. And then it somehow melted in an hour. Like I don't know what goes on in Reno. Never seen it like that.
That's why you like the East Coast, I guess. I don't know.
I guess, but it's also 5,000 feet in elevation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, the balls were going further, but it was 45 degrees at some point. Yeah, I mean, a lot of things happened that week. It was weird.
Yeah. That's cool. So I mean, you're rolling into from there to NCAA's, and like Parker said, you played great in the stroke play, and we're hot. Continuing on, the team was playing great. So as a program, you guys made match play for third year in a row,
Yeah,
and I mean, just tell us about that whole match play. Obviously, ended up being runners up, coming up just a tiny bit short of the ultimate goal, but like such an incredible run too. Watching that was awesome for me.
yeah,
Just tell us a little bit about those first two matches that you won, and of course the final match too, a little bit against Oklahoma State.
yeah. So first of all, it was really good to be in match play. We were not doing well after one round, and then 2 rounds. We slowly climbed out of the hole after the first round, and I think I played pretty well on the last day to, help my team to get in. I remember we were out of it when I played my final hole.
Mm.
I made like a 30-footer for birdie to get us tied eighth. I mean, that was the life. I mean, everyone cheered so hard on my team when I made that. And then, yeah, the final stretch was tough. So a few teams bogeyed, yeah, and doubled. So we were comfortably in. The first match was against Auburn. That was a very tough match. So we were very mentally prepared going into it. But we had confidence. We had the team to win. We had so much faith in each other, especially taking from ACCs again. Everyone thought if they just win their point, we're all going to pull through. And I had that faith in my teammates, and they had that faith for all of us. The coach had that confidence too. So Auburn, I went out there and I just wanted to kill that person.
Yeah.
I was hammering putts. I didn't care. If some of those putts, if it didn't go in, it was 6 feet by, and some of them did go 6 feet by.
Yeah, again, like the acceptance level there is so high when it's like the positive thing. Like you were good with it, you were cool with it, you were just seeing what would happen. That's cool.
Yeah, but I had no concern. I knew I was gonna make the comebacker. I don't know why. I hope I stayed like that the whole time, but I don't know how I was in that mindset. I'm definitely not in that mindset right now. I would love that back. But so I just played so good against Brandon. Beat him, and the match against Florida, my teammates all pulled through very, very well. I was 1-up going to 17. I think we didn't finish the hole.
Gotcha.
So very happy that we won that one because they had a good team too.
Yeah, big time. Yeah.
All 8 had great teams.
For sure.
Yeah. And then Oklahoma State, I didn't play well. I have to say, I just didn't play well. Play well for probably 7-8 holes, and then started gifting him a few holes, and then he went on a run. So I should have. Well, I could have played better. I was tough. That was a really tough loss. Everyone was sad. Yeah, but we all played really well. We all tried our best, and sometimes you don't get what you want.
No doubt, you got to be comfortable with failure in golf. That is for darn sure. Because 98% of the time, unless you're Tiger Woods or Scotty Scheffler, that's what's happening. That's for sure. So
yeah,
Scotty didn't feel great about his round today.
He did not. No, but he might. He knows. He may just be spotting the field like he has the past couple weeks.
Yeah, Scotty's totally different from Scotty Sunday.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
He's going.
Thanks for walking us through all those matches. That's really fun to relive that with you. I want to switch gears a little bit and get into some more practical things around just it. We've covered how hard you work at your game. What are some ways that you train and practice in order to get better?
I'm still developing a practice routine. I think it can always get better. But I say routines are very important. So, I do a lot of research too with the swing and all kinds of theory, and to find edges I can have built in, not just from repetition.
Anything in particular you've learned lately that sticks out?
So I past 2 months, I've learned that I let go a little bit with the left grip here on top.
Mm-hmm.
That's creating some inconsistencies. So that's giving me mishits. It's not really giving me much distance at all. So I found that I never really noticed it. But since I've been gripping hard on it here, so make sure my this part of the palm stays on top of the grip. Yeah, the driver especially gotten straighter.
Hmm.
So that's a new discovery. You yeah, and last year at some point I figured out my right index finger. If I just extend it a little further up, I get rid of a lot of the left misses. So like just very little things like this that that works.
Yeah, so like background story sometimes I'd be coming into work or leaving work. This is before Paul was on the team. And I'd see Paul on his bird scooter going down this busy road that's not at all safe, just cruising to the course from campus, from grounds, excuse me, apologies, my bad, Virginia people, from grounds, coming in, and that's crazy. And it was always funny and it was cool. And like it didn't matter what time of the year it was. Like, I mean, all the time we saw you out there. And it was really cool to see and cool to see like your success because of that hard work for sure. What are some things that maybe have changed from before you were on the team to now, specific to like maybe practice or maybe like who's influenced you since you've been on the team, or like what's kind of been the positives from there?
Don't say Hunter.
Yeah, it would definitely not been me. That's for sure.
Well,
That's
first of all,
definitely not
I want to thank Hunter for helping me.
been me.
uh,
I
yeah.
did nothing.
So since I've been on the team, I've loved the team structure. We were one of the only programs that hold like team practices every day. So everyone practices together, and we have team competitions every day after practice. Um, thank for University of Virginia for easy class scheduling. So we can all schedule most of our classes in the morning. So and our coaches are very hands-on. Some coaches are more loose, so like they recruit more than they coach current players. Our coach is very hands-on developing us. So they help me a ton. The tournaments we play really taught me a lot. Just from experience, tournament experience, how to play around the lead, how to chase, what to do when you're not feeling the best. Yeah, and learned a lot from teammates. I like absolutely learned so much from teammates. Just watching Ben, Brian, Josh, and all of them. They all do something so well that is very inspiring to watch them all every day. And we all talk to each other too, because I do something good too that they want. So we talked about how to do all kinds of stuff all the time. So it was really beneficial to be on this team.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's the thing I tell everybody for the past couple of years, just like how deep UVA is crazy. Like there's been so many, just everybody's like bunched up together, 1 through 7, 8, whatever. Like it's just crazy how good, how deep you guys have been, and it makes sense as to why there's been a lot of success over the past couple of years. That's for sure.
Yeah, love my team.
That's
Well,
awesome.
and you've clearly been, successful in both stroke play and match play. I feel like just from talking to you and from hearing like your mindset that like match play, I feel like you would just like eat and breathe and sleep match play and you just want to beat everybody's heads in. So like do you do anything differently to prepare for like the match play portion after stroke play in an event, or do you just go out and you just try to play your ball?
I don't do anything like different to prepare, but on the course I'm very different when I'm playing match play and stroke play. Stroke play I'm a lot friendlier.
Yep.
Um, I'm playing the field anyway. I like to talk.
Yeah.
I'd like to get to know people. But match play, I don't talk a single word. You are my opponent. I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna try my best to beat you, and I'm no mercy. I have no mercy.
Do
So
you feel like you play more aggressively?
I don't know. I definitely don't play more aggressively. It's all very situational. If I have to play aggressive, I play aggressive. The best part about it is that I can putt with no fear,
Hmm.
almost. A lot of times it's either a make to tie or make to win. I'm never going to two putt that. I have a lot more freedom on the greens.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that's the part I really like about match play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, hopefully you're not playing against the U.S. in the President's Cup one day because I think you'll be all right in match play.
Paul's gonna help me wave the match play flag. See, you've opened up something
Exactly.
here, Paul.
Yes, you have.
I think the PGA Championship should go back to match play since we have no match play anymore. We should have a match play major. So
Yeah, I agree.
Paul's gonna thank you,
I
Paul.
agree. I think they at least should have one match play out there, and it would make sense if it's the tour championship.
That'd be
They
awesome.
should make something. They need something match play. I'm all for making it one of the PGA Championship needs an identity. I'm going a
Yeah,
major match play.
sure. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Maybe top players get buys. Who knows?
Yeah, there's all different ways you can do it. You
Yeah.
could all the top players can play the club pros in the in the match play. But
Exactly.
one of those club pros is going to beat a
Oh.
top player
Oh yeah.
every couple of years, and it's going to be amazing
Amazing.
television.
Oh yeah. Imagine the online betting on those matches.
Can
Yeah,
you
right.
imagine?
Can you?
That would be wild for sure.
Yeah.
So Paul, like, I mean, it's definitely been a theme tonight, and from knowing you a bit, you have this like tremendous belief in yourself, and you've said it before, and like I think you've said it to me before, like you legitimately, and I mean this in a positive, 100%, like you legitimately believe you can beat anybody on any given day. Um, if you had to put a finger on it, like where does that come from? That kind of grittiness or that belief in yourself, is that something that you've trained, or is that something that you've worked on, or is it just something that's kind of always been there?
I try to make sense of it sometimes. You know, let's say I make a 15 footer. Can the best putter guarantee to make this 15 footer? No. Then if I make this 15 footer, I can beat the best putter in the world.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's that simple. Every shot is like that. Besides hitting a 360, I cannot hit a 360. But good thing golf is not like that, only that.
Hmm.
So like any shot I can do better than the best in the world can. For only that shot though. I'm trying to get my average closer,
Mm.
but like if a shot has a chance of beating the best in the world, why can't a round be?
Yeah,
Love
it's
that.
it it reminds me of some Kobe quotes or some like Jordan quotes a little bit. That kind of idea of like literally as cliche as it sounds, but like the one shot at a time stuff. Like,
Yeah.
and it's legitimately true. Like somebody today that was a 20 handicap had a hole in one, maybe. And
Right.
like for that shot, that moment in time, they were the best player in the world. Like it may
Right.
not happen again ever, or
Yeah.
it probably won't happen anywhere near that for that person. But like that's kind of the fascinating and cool part about golf, from my perspective too, as an instructor, is like, what is that thing that makes something repeatable? Like that's a super interesting question, but
Yeah.
a great perspective and a cool way to look at it. So that's awesome.
Yeah. I think you gotta believe in yourself to get better at anything.
No doubt.
So I think based on that question, I think I know the answer to this one, but since you were not recruited for college golf because you didn't play the junior stuff and you didn't have rankings and all that, for young players that may not be highly recruited for whatever reason coming out of high school, but still have that goal of playing college golf, what would you tell them? What advice would you give them?
Well, work hard. Work hard. Talk to coaches. Talk to people who know what they're doing, and follow their advices. Always try to get better. Game doesn't lie.
And
Yeah.
keep sending emails till they say yes, right?
Yeah. Right. I mean, like, I remember my first year of state am. No, maybe my second year. No, first year. Sorry, first state am. Um, I played against Grayson Wood. So he was at VCU. That was his only offer. He was going to VCU, and I was on the club team, and I knew he was good, and he knew I was good. He beat me that day, but a year later, he transferred to Georgia, and now he just won himself a tour exemption. You
Yeah.
know, and I'm at UVA, so we really bonded from that experience. We talk wherever we go. I see him. We talk a lot. Like it's very possible.
Yeah.
Like if you just keep your head down and get better, game never lies, and coaches they will notice you. All they do is check clip.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And don't and do like you did. I mean, I coached at James Madison, so not too far from you guys for a little bit. And I know that if there was somebody on campus that was continuing to send me results and scores, like like your scores are obviously good, so they're kind of looking, but just the fact that like I'm sure Bowen saw that like, dude, this kid's not giving up. Like that
Yeah.
is a character trait that will take you very far, not only in life, but like on the golf course, right? So like you're telling him something without even being there. So I would imagine as a coach, like there was something in the back of his mind for a while before you were on the team.
Oh, for sure. I mean, the scooter doesn't go as far as a car, right?
Yeah.
So, how we get into Birdwood is that the road passes the UVA facility first, and then to the clubhouse, and then Coach Sargent's office is like looking out into the road. So every time I would roll by, he, and you can also see me from the other side of the range.
Yep.
And he told me, and the team told me this too, that before I got on the team, he would tell the team, "Oh, look who's hitting.
He
Look who."
was using you as motivation for them, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, like I was working harder than they were. So at times, yeah. So yeah, and everyone knew, who I was, and coach really appreciated that. That was part of the reason why he gave me an offer.
Yeah, I think that's huge for people that because I mean you've gone from no offers to being on the best team in the country
Yeah,
and one of the best players in the country. Like I mean, like it's just
it's wild.
it doesn't happen often, but it can happen with like
Yeah,
the right personality, the right work, and doing the right things. And I think that's really cool. I didn't know that about him using you as an example, but that just speaks right to just like just be there, show up, continue to reach out.
yeah,
And I mean, if you're I would have loved to have somebody that was, reaching out that was on campus going out and shooting scores. Like that's a huge and you were when those guys were looking at transferring in, like you were a known commodity at that time. He's like, I know if I take Paul, like that kid is gonna work and he
oh
can shoot good scores. And I don't know these other kids. I've seen him at tournaments. So
right.
there's a lot to that, just sticking to it.
Yeah, and I think some kid will outdo me one day. It's very possible, very doable. I think. Um, what am I on world ranking now? I don't know, top 40. I mean, there are 30 spots that you can fill to beat me. I think it's pretty doable.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I just kind of a couple questions here to wrap up. Thanks so much for your time. This has been awesome. Um, what
You-
what are maybe some of your goals right now as you're wrapping up the year?
Um, well, I'm trying to play good golf and graduate.
In
um,
what order?
both are equally important. Graduate. um, no, yeah, and I don't try to think too much about it. Just get better every day. Work on the right stuff. Make sure I do my routine. Make sure I practice the right way, and I don't want to worry too much about the intangibles. Good play takes care of everything. Um, yeah, and this PGA Tour U thing. Last year, going into this year, Coach got me, Brian, and Ben together to talk to us about PGA Tour U. They're like, they've seen the coaches around America have seen so many kids fail and get so much, like, to put so much pressure on themselves that they cannot play golf anymore because of the PGA Tour U thing.
Mm.
Yeah, so he really wants us to know that it's not the most important thing in life. If you play good, you will be where you need to be. This is just a ranking. And guess what? If you do go pro, there's gonna be a lot more rankings.
Right.
You better get used to it.
Yeah, and there's plenty of routes to get there too, right? If it's not PJ Tour
Yeah,
U, I mean, you got
sure,
all other a ton of different ways to get out there.
sure. Like, all that matters is how good you are.
Yep.
Is
Top
develop.
40 is pretty good.
Oh, the pros are good too. Pros are very,
Speaking of pros,
yeah,
do we see some professional golf in your near future?
yeah,
What's your plan after college?
yeah. Definitely go pro right after college. Um, yeah. Well, hopefully I go through PGA for you and get America's status or better. Um, that'll be a good starting point, and then I'll have to do Q school and all that. So pretty standard pro stuff, really. Um, yeah, I think if I hold my world ranking right now, I get exempt into final stage for U.S. Open.
Nice.
Uh, yeah, that's very exciting. This one day of golf. Hopefully, I play well, and maybe I'll play U.S. Open. Who knows?
Do you get to pick where you play in that scenario, or do you have to go to a specific place?
Yeah, I get to pick. So
Cool. Nice. That's cool.
usually, people get what they want because
Yeah.
we would have decided before local qualifying has ended, so all spots are open.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah. That's the most important thing, on my radar after a graduation.
Yeah, that's awesome, Paul. Well, hey, man, I really appreciate you being on here. I know you gained at least three more fans through these guys. You've had me for a long time, and hopefully a lot of other people will listen to this. We'll be pulling for you. I know we all will be in the rest of the season. And yeah, I really appreciate you being on, sharing your experience, sharing your story, because like I said at the beginning, it's one of the more unique ones. And I think that everybody needs to hear it, as for sure. And your perspective on things is really cool. So I appreciate you sharing all that, and best of luck with the rest of the season.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Paul.
Thanks,
Appreciate it, man.
Paul.